This epidemic is a national health emergency.
Breaking news out of Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump is calling the opioid crisis a public health emergency.
The order under the Public Health Services Act will direct federal agencies to give more grant money to fight the epidemic, but it stops short of declaring it a national emergency. Officials say the number of deaths related to opioid overdoses is 4 times the number it was in 1999. According to the CDC, more than 140 Americans die every day from an opioid overdose.
Well, we want to know what you think. Do you consider the opioid epidemic to be a national emergency? Go to foxbaltimore.com/vote and tell us yes, no, or not sure.
The president says today was an important step to getting people the treatment they need. Paul Gessler reports what one Maryland mother wants to see happen to fight the epidemic.
We need a state of emergency. We need a national state of emergency.
Karen Miller of Mount Airy sat down with us earlier this month to share her family's struggle with opioid addiction.
My poor son, he was just hijacked by heroin, and there was not a lot we could do, the lack of treatment and resources.
Her son Lucas and husband Greg have spent years battling addiction.
When I first found out that my family had an addiction problem to opioids, at first I was in denial.
Now Miller is an advocate for more treatment options and fewer barriers to break addiction.
This is a worldwide problem.
President Trump announced Thursday a public health emergency. He says it will increase access to treatment and push for researchers to develop non-addictive painkillers. But he tempered expectations.
The epidemic of opioid deaths will get worse before it gets better, but get better it will.
We should stand tall and break that red tape right now and get our children the services that we need.
Miller says there needs to be treatment options on demand. Thursday's declaration increases access to telemedicine, which would help users in rural areas.
If we can put a man on the moon, we can figure out how to do this.
Well, Narcan, the drug used to reverse an overdose, is now available nationwide at Walgreens. In addition, Walgreens says it's adopting the CDC's recommendation to tell patients about Narcan whenever they're given a prescription for a controlled substance and could be a risk of an accidental overdose.